What's going on, guys? So today I want to talk about a cheat code I've discovered for being an entrepreneur and just in life in general. Something that's made me so much more happier, so much more money, so much more, achievement in my business goals. Something I'm always striving for is to getting better, living a more fulfilled life, growing my business, and just getting better in general. Now, this is something I wish I discovered a lot sooner in my entrepreneur career, and this is why I'm sharing it here today to potentially help you, avoid the same mistake I have and kind of help you use this cheat code to 10x your business, get there a lot quicker. Because this is something that, looking back when I first started my business, first started being an entrepreneur, I wish I knew this back then. Potentially, I don't like to look back too much, but I feel like I'd probably be 2 to 3x further in my journey if I learned this myself. In the last 2 years of me using this cheat code is definitely 10x to where I was and now where I'm at. So this is something that I hope you guys will learn about. It's not for everybody. And this cheat code, just getting right into it, guys, because I know probably sounds like I'm hanging you guys around, but I just want you to know how valuable it was in my life and my journey, and and how cool this discovery was for me. With that being said, this cheat code for life is finding coaches and mentors to help you get to the goals a lot quicker, whatever goals you may have. Okay, I know this sounds like I have a program, I'm a coach, so it probably sounds like, hey, this guy's telling me to do this because he'll benefit. I don't care. It doesn't have to be me as a coach, anything like that. So I have spent the last year, 2021 here, I've spent $64,000 on coaching and mentorship. Okay, not just in business, but for life coaching, for health coaching, for all sorts of coaching. Okay, so I have a lot of goals in life. I want to create a business that, fulfilling, makes me lots of money, right? I want to be healthy. I want to get better. I want to be more productive. And I just want to be more fulfilled in general in life and being happier with where I'm at. Okay. And all three of those sectors, we could go down the rabbit holes a lot longer. But this year, I seeked help in all three aspects of my life there. Okay. Starting with a business coach, right? So now I'm coaching other people. And so I'm just this nerd, this Amazon FBA nerd who gets the black and white of Amazon FBA, gets e-commerce, gets being able to sit at home in my little office at home and just look at a blank screen and just kind of create and whatever it may be. So I want to be a good coach. I don't want to be a bad Amazon FBA coach. I want to get people results. That's a whole nother skill set that I did not have. And me, yes, I started to coach without this skill set. I learned to get to the goals a lot quicker. I would have to hire a coach to help me get there, a lot quicker, to be more efficient, to know how to get people to learn, take action, and get to the goals you want to get to. Okay, so that one alone, I've spent over $25,000 on last year. Again, I'm not saying everybody can afford this, but starting in the beginning, my first program, my first course was $2,000. Okay, this was the toughest decision of my life. I'm paying someone $2,000 to learn a skill, to learn Amazon FBA, to get better at something. Okay, so this was my first course experience. And taking this course, after 2 years of struggling and doing stuff on my own, this course leveled me up. Okay, and this is the cheat code I'm talking about. So every program, every coaching experience I've had, I've had some bad ones, which I'll go over and kind of how to avoid those as well. But every single program, every course, everything I paid money that scared the shit out of me has leveled me up in my entrepreneur, in my life, in my health, and everything like that. Okay. So what I mean by that leveling up is that I was sitting there for years on end, for months on end, just working. Like, I need to get better at this. I need to watch more YouTube videos on this. I need to just take more action on this. Okay. Well, what I was doing is I was forcing myself to learn the mistakes, the hard way, right? This is what business, that's what skills are, life, entrepreneurship, is you just keep taking action and you make mistakes. You keep learning and you make mistakes, by implementing what you learned. Well, the cheat code here is if I go find somebody that's gone through all these mistakes before and I pay them to tell me what mistakes to avoid, when I start this journey, I can get there 10 times faster and without losing that amount of money that the mistakes and that time, right? And so this was it was mind-boggling to me. So once I started paying for coaches and mentors to get me to where I want to be, my life just exponentially started, improving to hit my goals, right? So improving life, that's, that's different for everybody. But my life, I had my goals, and every time I got a coach to help me get to those goals, it 10x that. Okay. So over the years, when I first started paying for programs, things like that, it started at $2,000 and it slowly worked itself up to $25,000. And, you know, obviously last year, 63,000 or 64,000, somewhere in that range of total coaching and mentorship last year. So you got to start slow, right? Obviously, I can't expect anybody to start with 63,000, 64,000, whatever, to get programs. But you should be betting on yourself here. This is the biggest thing that like changed in my life was, okay, I could put this, you know, $5,000 for a program into a Roth IRA or back into my Amazon FBA business. But, you know, at some point I learned that when you invest that money into yourself, something happens. You're betting on yourself. And when you're getting that knowledge, you're getting those skills, you're getting that experience from someone else, it levels you up. You know, you start here, you buy a program to help you with Amazon FBA, you're up here now, you get it, you learn how to avoid those mistakes. So you're just skipping 6 to 12 months of time right here, right? Instead of going slowly like this over time and wasting money and everything like that, all of a sudden, boop, boop, okay, you're at the next tier of this whole thing. All right, and this is what I learned. I have bought in bad courses though, okay? So this is a part of the experience. You have to kind of do your research, figure out who you trust, who you don't. Don't get, if you do buy a bad course, don't get discouraged, okay? This is something that's part of the journey. I've bought in plenty of them. I think I'm a good judgment of character, but I'm still wrong sometimes, okay? So, you know, I've probably bought in 3 or 4 programs, probably, you know, $10,000 to $15,000 that just wasn't right for me. I'm not saying it couldn't work for someone else, but just didn't fit what I was trying to do. Or I was just trying to learn something that really wasn't relevant for me at that time, right? You got to understand, you should only pay for something that you're actively trying to seek, not just go pay for programs and coaching that, oh, it'd be really cool to know Facebook ads. Well, am I going to use Facebook ads this year? Am I going to do this? Am I do that? Okay. On top of that, you may just be thinking, I'm talking about skills, right? Just like strategies. This year, it was my first time paying for coaching that was not in business, okay? And so this, again, there's so many aspects of being an entrepreneur and growing a business. It's not just about the skills. I'd say you break it up into 3. It's your character traits, it's your beliefs, okay, what you believe you can do, and then strategies and skill sets, okay? So everybody just first goes to strategies and skill sets because they think that's what's going to make them rich. Yes, it's important. It's what we can easily focus on first, but we have to understand that if we don't have the belief that we can actually do something, then we're not going to do it, right? Okay, this is getting more deeper into things. Same thing with character traits, okay? So if you have poor character traits, you're kind of you're an a-hole, or you know, you can't work with staff very well. That's something you're going to have to change to grow your business. Or say you don't have the patience to sit down and focus for a long period of time. That's a character trait. If you go back and watch the last 3 or 4 videos of mine, we're talking about character traits. We're talking about beliefs, stuff that's really important. It took me a long time to realize that it's not just about the skill sets. I have all the skills in the world. Like, obviously not all skills in the world, but to be successful in business, I have enough skills. That's all I focus on. That's all I learned the first 4 years of my entrepreneur's, you know, journey is skills. But when I started to realize that it's not just about skills, by talking to other entrepreneurs that are way further than me in the places I want to be eventually, it's about other things. It's the belief and character traits. So this last year, the first time I paid for coaching for something outside of skill sets, and that was more beliefs and character traits. So what this guy did, he was essentially a performance coach is what he called himself, but you can call it performance coach, life coach, things like that. We essentially went through my past, went through some of these old things that I believed in myself due to childhood. Everybody has these based on how you're raised, and going further of these things essentially that I couldn't see that were blocking me, right? So, you know, why can't I grow on YouTube? Why can't I get my Amazon FBA product to work? And he going inside my head essentially while talking things out, figuring out like, well, do you actually believe these things? Obviously, it's a little more complicated than that. You can call it souped up therapy if you want, because there's a lot of childhood stuff involved, things like this. But this was like, again, just in life in general, not only in my business, but in life, of my contentness and my happiness and my fulfillment. And I don't even like to use happiness because that's kind of an overrated word that we all try to use and try to fill that hole so much that it makes it harder to fill it, because we're just always like, let's keep aiming for happiness. What is happiness? And life isn't going to be perfect all the time. It's not going to feel fulfilling all the time. It's not going to be happy all the time. There's ups and there's downs. It's part of life. We all try to achieve this happiness. We're going to get ourselves in trouble. I'm guilty of that for the last five years of my life. So when learning to be just a better human being with this coaching, with, discovering things that are holding you back, discovering things that are, really just bringing you down or really just kind of blocking you. It's hard to describe that one because it's, even when I paid for the coaching, it was a kind of a leap of faith of what's this guy going to do for me? But essentially just helps entrepreneurs get to the next level based on, your character traits and your beliefs, things like that. Okay. And that one just, not only because, okay, let's think we have 3 playing fields now, right? Skill sets, like we said, character traits, and then beliefs. Every single one of those took the next level, essentially, right? Because my beliefs and my character traits went up, started believing in myself a little bit more, started identifying these things holding me back in life, these patterns I kept falling into. We all have them. We try to do something, maybe we have a great week, and then all of a sudden a month goes by and we realize we haven't done anything. We're back in these old traits. We have some toxic relationships, whatever it may be. So when I raise those 2, everything else raised in my business, right? Because you are the weakest link when it comes to that level. So when I raised that, everything else raised in my business and in my life. Okay. So what I want to get through to you guys is just believing in yourself and investing in yourself. If you really want to make this entrepreneur stuff work, really want to make this Amazon FBA business work, or whatever business you're trying to pursue, then you're going to have to invest in yourself. Okay. I know some people could get there without this stuff, but to me, doing this a long time, this is a cheat code to get you there even further, to get you there even faster, right? So how do we, skip all the steps of learning, wasting money, wasting time? We go find someone who's done it before successfully, and then we pay them for that experience to avoid those mistakes, get there faster, have the roadmap, have a clear vision, okay? It doesn't mean you get to copy their clear version all the time or their roadmap, because your roadmap could be a little different. But if they have something you want and they're doing what you want to do and they're doing it successfully and they have history doing that, then why not skip some steps? And, again, when you're paying $64,000 a year in mentorship, even me, that hurts. It hurts. That money could go to something else, right? It could be saved. It could be back in the business. It could be investments. It could be homes. It could be real estate, whatever it could be. But I see better results when I do this. When I want to get there, okay? And a lot of people are beginning, and probably watch this YouTube video, they're probably just beginning in their entrepreneur career. This step, the first program you ever buy, is going to be the hardest. The first coach you pay for is going to be the hardest. But you'll start to see, if you really believe in yourself, that this is going to take you to the next step in your journey, okay? So rant over. That's it, guys. I hope that kind of helps you understand. This has changed my life, essentially, is what I'm trying to say. It's changed how I view entrepreneurship. It's gotten me so much quicker, gotten me to the goals a lot quicker, and it's something I think that everybody should think about doing to make sure they're hitting the goals they want to hit and getting there faster without spending tons of money and everything like that. Even you could argue that all the money I've spent on mentorship has saved me that money, plus made me a lot more money than the actual cost of the program, the mentorship, because all the mistakes I saved and all the time I saved, right? Because how valuable is your time? And a lot of mistakes can cost a lot of money, especially say an Amazon FBA or, running paid ads, right? It's very expensive. But that's it, guys. I hope that, enlightens you kind of on my journey and helps you kind of make the next level in your business. Otherwise, see you on the next one. Bye.